it again.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Point for Team Liquid Philippines facing off against RSG. Joseph,
Yes,
how you
sir.
liking this adjustment? Because it was kind of tricky in game one, but after just one turnaround,
Yeah.
Liquid goes for the throat. How about this time?
It's, you know, I was just thinking about this as you were leading in. The index that we had from the both drafts in the previous game was it was nearly identical. This one, it's different, favoring, I think was it favoring TLPH's draft? Well, either way, I know it's not the same like we had in game one. Now, the biggest thing is if Light does what he did in the previous game, great. You can pull that off, get the executions off if you can with this Cho pick. But I think that was the thing. If you want to get to the late game with this lineup from RSG Philippines, you're going to be facing a Nathan late game. That's something that's tough to deal with, especially when what do we coin that? The Nathan bomb?
The Benny bomb.
It was the Benny bomb that started it, right?
Here specifically, it's the Benny bomb.
And, okay, Light jumping in, doing some damage, of course. Has a concussive blast, but still Kosei there to help him up. And that's what I'm saying, man. Late game, if it gets to that point, I'm worried for RSG. I'm worried for them. And look at this already. I'm worried for Kosei. I'm not sure why he stayed so long. They already saw Zyna make his way down there.
All right, here's one of the main reasons why I think you're scared for RSG. Not just because of the potential for the Benny bomb.
Yep.
Not just because of how far out maybe they might place Kusei early on while they're waiting for this power spike. Is compared to game one even, they don't have as much on-demand engagement as they did. Because look, sure, Nibor can put up a solid peel like a front line and a half because that's how chunky Povias are, Povii. But him aside, and Light's kicks, who else do you rely on when TLPH go full force? When they full sail lean hard into a fight? There's nothing. Look, you get laid down a glorious pathway, you kind of scramble.
The only thing I think is, like, who do you rely on? It depends on what Aqua takes, because there's initiation that we're talking about. Into the Eternal Guard as well. Trying to get away, Nibor jumps up into the air, but he'll be taken out. Sanchi in return, still going for it as Aqua picks up a double. The fight for the turtle still going to break out, and it's Irad that gets the turtle. Going for the fight. JP will pick up the kill himself. Spear Destruction not going to be able to land, but JP already gets a triple. He's looking for another as he runs down Aqua. He doesn't have much space to move, but he will get away as JP gets a triple.
Daddy JP says it's time to go home. Sending him back with a TLPH TM recall. Well, TLID as well.
I was going to say, so fitting.
It's both. It's both. So there you see immediately how it could go very preemptive. Drop it on the glorious pathway.
I'm just going to heal a bit.
Why not? All right, so what I'm saying is, unless they both lean hard into it, and it was just unfortunate TLPH lost Zyda first, if that went in a different direction, if Zyda came in and maybe delayed his entry maybe 2 seconds, saved his retribution, maybe TLPH had the damage and the shields to actually turn around. But RSG, they played within the small margins of error and found themselves in a one-on-one. Like that was a 4v4, right?
It was, yeah. Both gold laners were still on the bottom side, and it was an attempt. Like Kosei threw the Spirit Destruction to try to join the fight, didn't land its mark.
Yeah, Benny can't do that. Like Benny has to commit.
He's got to just stay there.
To rotating, which is fine, given that is one of the main things you get when you pick a Moskov as early as you did for RSG. Again, first phase pickup right there. Also, we're celebrating the 100th ban of Chip, courtesy of Team Liquid.
100th ban.
Happy Bands Day, Chip.
He has 100 bans.
All season 14 long.
All season. Wow.
That's right. What happened to Sanji? What?
He took a ton of damage from Irad.
Oh, and then so close to get hit by the SOD. Light taking an interesting flank here. Sanji gonna do the right thing and send himself home. I think he'll make it in time for this turtle fight.
Yeah, he's gonna head back. Again, part of this, they're looking to make a play, actually. Both sides of the map. Things happening here. Sanford taking the Infernal Pursuit, but that's just gonna be a turtle secured for Irad this time around. RSG picking up the second one. TLPH, they spent their time here on the bottom side of possibly looking for something. They won't find it.
Yep.
So they just disengage.
It's a good read by the Raiders. RSG said, hey, we just sent Sanji back, and it looks like TLPH are going south. Why don't we take this turtle clean? That's 2 turtles now in the first 5 minutes of the game over to the Raiders. They're looking good. I'm smelling a game 3. Joseph, the first game 3 since week 5. Week 6 had none.
What? First
Yes.
game 3 since week 5?
We haven't seen a game 3 since week 5.
Man, we just been in sweep city, huh?
That's right. That was 14 games, all straight sweeps last week.
And you know what? I know we like you look at a sweep, but then sometimes it doesn't paint the whole picture.
Oh,
like
yeah,
some
for
of those
sure.
sweeps were like super close games.
For sure.
Like some of them should have gone 3 games. Even if you look at game 1 in the series,
This series alone.
I was gonna say this series alone, yeah, TLPH won that, but it came down to like one fight essentially. There's the kick. Wait, the drag gonna be able to go on. Oh, Sanford will be able to escape with his life for now. Still Light, the one to get taken down. DeBoer not sure where he wants to go, if he wants to chase down for the kill. Won't be able to find it though. Now the clap back. JP trying to walk back to the team. The fracture is going to be used from Irad. Now he's have to pick up the kill, and a Spear of Destruction won't land again, but Sanford will finally get taken out.
All right, Sanford's second life forfeited there, and another clear win for RSG. Now gold lead swings back over to them.
Whoa.
Oh, wait, Irad. He's fine. What does this mean for RSG? Where's the majority of the gold? All right, you see a good chunk of it right now on Aqua, and a good bit of it on Nibor. Oh!
That's big damn. Irad, he'll go in and pick up the kill on Sanji.
And get away with it too. That's a good trade. Any day I'll take mid lane for Rome.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Worth, basically. And
over
Light's been doing that
again.
since game 1. He's been
And
finding moments.
He knows that that's what he has to do. He knows that that's what starts things, but what ends things, right? You can't keep doing that same trade over and over again, because that's what led to their defeat in game 1, right? He thought he could get a kick, and then it was different lineup. Regardless, if you're RSG, if you're looking for good trades, it has to be more than just a role trade.
Yeah.
Because so far, yeah, they've been winning turtles, but how do they translate this into a sure victory? Because already still TLPH is leading in the AoE department. Because that's what RSG is missing right now. I don't think any of us, even our analysts at the NBC mentioned, the lack of AoE from RSG.
Yeah.
Like, all of their fights have to be super sure. Save for Kusei, who can go lane to lane, right? But save for that, RSG have to say, this is it. And this might actually be it.
This might be the fight they're looking for. Light on the off angle. Kosei still pushing. Eternal Jaguar going to be dropped down too. They go inside, looking for the entry point. Irad will get the turtle. Still going. Spear Destruction going to land that time. Kosei joins the fight. Sanford's going to be the one to fall, and the shadow kill goes on. Kosei going to be in trouble, but the Spear of Misery will stun him into the wall, and RSG will fight on back as they find 3 from TLPH. Irad possibly going to push JP back further so they can take the tier 1 in the mid.
Kusei coming in like Rambo. His first SOD that actually hit the target in 8 minutes. That was a turning point. That
was.
And it's not even like a clean SOD, you know what I mean? Like, it was in front of 3 or 4 chunky members of Team Liquid.
Say.
And luckily, his team came in clutch, and his spear came in clutch.
Yeah.
Pushed back Zaida, who had, I'm pretty sure he had a kunai with Kusei's name on it. And luckily, the damage was there, which barrels RSG forward now 3,000 gold as they try to convert. Okay, so earlier we were looking for conversions, right? Bottom lane, clean, all the way till the second.
Yeah.
Mid lane, first tier, down. Up top, this is inevitable. RSG is going to get the push as well. This is a good position for the Raiders.
This is a great position. They have a pretty good-sized lead now at this point. Kosei, you can see this. I mean, both teams are locking in some key items for them all around. Irad, too, we already saw a preview of the damage earlier on. Now that he gets a Malefic Roar, it's even more devastating. And so now you're wondering for TLPH, when do they hit that spike of theirs? And we mentioned this earlier on, as they have to watch these turrets get taken out, where Benny Cutie is a integral part of that. And he's close to the Holy Crystal.
Wait.
Oh, hold on. Wow, we didn't get a glimpse of it.
Not at all. That's how fast the mechanic works.
That's that Malefic Roar.
That's Irad. Again, never doubt Irad's mechanics.
Oh.
Even when you don't see it, he will use it. And Sanford did pop the Primal Rat there. Oh, now Light looking for a kick. Oh, no, Sanji. Can Sanji get away from this? Joseph!
I don't know if he
Joseph!
can. He's going to bob and weave as best as he can. Waits for the team, but he'll go down. Shadow Kill going to be used as well, and JP has to get back to the base. Don't forget to grab your code while you can. 8th anniversary.
Oh, wow. RSG now about 5,000 gold ahead. Takes the first lord of the game and turns it into a fight.
All right, he got his purple at least. Zyda got that. But man, are we just the damage overload? This is Raider form right now.
Yep.
Like, this is what they're known for. You know, we used to say back then death ball strategy, and it's all. I mean, a lot of this is on this guy right here, Light.
37 so far of his many games of professional MLBB he played as a Cho, and won close to 60% of the time.
Yeah.
So consider that, Joseph. It's his second most played hero, with Kufra being number 1 by a small margin. Just a handful of games over.
Oh!
With the line. Oh! Irad!
That's the damage we were talking about, Irad.
And he took Sanji too!
He took Sanji out of the picture. Sanji not having a good time. So TLPH will go ahead and try to defend the base, keep up the base turrets the longest they can here. But look at that. I mean,
They didn't have to buff Nolan, but they did, and that's what happens.
what do you do?
Where is it from? All right, you got a Sky Piercer. Doesn't even have a Blade of Despair just yet. That was all Hunter Strike, Sky Piercer, Malefic Roar.
Man, that's
Casual Legion Sword and
and a Fury Hammer.
and a Fury. That's it.
And like part of that too is like they were stacked up, like three guys in the back.
and one died.
Boom. Right? Like just lay it on
the
them.
softest one. So far, 12 minutes about and counting. We're still waiting for that Benny Bomb to drop.
Man, we're gonna have to come up with a name for the Nolan, I guess. At this point, they're gonna force the fight. That's what we're talking about with the damage from Benny Cutie. But he still has to go back. So they all do this for that purple buff, and right now RSG total control of the game.
Joseph, I seem to be eating my words, and it's just almost as if I can hear Light saying, Coach Leo, look, I have AoE. You see that 3-man knockup?
Did you see that concussive blast from my emblem?
I mean, sure, he can just kick one, but if all you need is to knock up 3, set it up for Nibor to get another mini stun,
Yeah.
and then Ira to just blast him into oblivion, should be enough. And that's what RSG's been doing so far. 12 and a half minutes in, 11-8, the map is totally blue. It's Raider country right now.
Yeah, we are in Raider Nation at this point. And for TLPH, they want to try to turn this game on their head. It's going to be tough, to say the least, because Irad is enough in himself to put enough pressure on the lineup.
How can they do that? Number one, maybe let Sanford bait him out. Because again, it seems like Irad has something for Sanford. Like he's been looking for Sanford all game long.
Yeah.
Right? That a majority of the 4 kills
Look at the stacks.
on Sanford are on Irad. And I believe that's max.
Yep.
I believe that is max stacks. Maybe if it wasn't 60, it was prior 80.
Before, like, the first iteration?
Yeah, I don't play as much Assassin Jungle anymore, so I really don't build the
all Bane.
Sky Piercer, but yeah.
It's all Bane.
Yeah. So, that said, the way that TLPH can actually turn this around is, number one, bait out Sanford, have him have the closest to death you can, Primal Wrath, and then send JP to bonk Irad. Just stop it. Just stop. Behave.
That's all he has to do.
Right? And then from there, you work on the rest of them. But it's easier said than done, and you're committing so many resources to stopping just one from RSG.
Just Irad at that point. And you know,
He deserves it. He deserves it, though.
He deserves it, but then, you know, even Kosei, he's been farming up here on this Moscow, and that's where we usually see this. You can see the swing happen up top as well. Eternal Guard going to be dropped down, and here comes Light and Irad.
Oh!
They'll fight Benny Cutie and take him out in an instant as 3 members of TLPH already fall.
They don't want none.
Zyda trying to run. He gets kicked back to the team as Nimor gets a double. It's only a Sanji. And it looks like we're going to have it here in a couple weeks. We finally get a Game 3 ahead of us.
The Lone Stallion stands alone, and he cannot defend against 4 angry Raiders. Ladies and gentlemen, RSG are waiting for a minion.
And there they go.